Everyone. So I want to just give kind of an intro to everything that is involved with Team AP. Okay, so realistically, I know people like to ask and think of this as like a program, a routine, etc. It's not really any of that. This whole thing and this whole concept that I've kind of put together here is more of just coaching, accountability, education, all the pieces that are going to be required to create healthy lifestyles, healthy habits. Okay, so this is our Team AP page. All right, so usually up here in the announcements is going to be like our key things. So if there's ever any pertinent information or like this is like the mapping for how I have the posts laid out throughout the week, whether it's me or one of the other people in our group are making posts. You can see like what each day is set up for. So like today being Saturday, it's Shout Out Saturday. So if you look through the page, you'll see there's been some shout outs today. Wednesday, Workout Wednesday, we've got different workouts and things posted. If you look for the 8-week challenge that we have going on at the moment, you've got our topics for each week and kind of the categories we're going to cover. The mini challenges, it's kind of a separate piece. That's basically just some extra accountability and some fun that we have within the group here. But yeah, so you're going to see some of those like more important details for the group kind of in the announcements, typically anything that I want to make sure everyone is aware of. But basically the group itself is like one piece to the whole puzzle that we've got going here. The Facebook group in and of itself is mainly focused on the accountability piece. Okay, so like you'll see that I'll do like my Thursday Thunder, some live. Some other people will do that as well. They'll do some check-ins, sharing like your different macros and screenshots. Basically, the group is geared towards just giving you that accountability, that community, that camaraderie with other real life people in this process. Okay, so that's the main purpose of the Facebook group. And then up here at the top, you can see the different options within the group itself. Okay, so like one feature here is the guides. So when you go to the guides, you can basically treat this like a college course. Okay, so obviously you're going to see some extra buttons and details on my end being the admin for the group. But if you look here, the guide one, things to succeed within this group, you can go through all of these posts and you can see up here it says 0 out of 10 completed. You can literally treat this like a class. So like as you complete each one of these posts, assignments, however you want to consider it, if you listen, like in this case, listening to some podcasts, getting some insight, some knowledge of the things that we coach on, you can mark them as done. So then it's just like doing a little checklist. Okay, granted, this is always going to be changing, always going to be updated. So there's going to be some different things in here. It's not always going to be the same all year long, but the guides are going to be a great resource for you to just getting set up and getting started. So this is definitely a for sure one that you want to check out. So different how-tos and tracking progress within the app. So like tracking macros, creating recipes, just in general as to what the first Phorm app is. Some different things with nutrition. So might be us sharing insight, conversations with other people at First Phorm, some different kind of ideologies and education within the nutrition part of things, some different simple recipes that people have shared. All right, then you can check out like even some testimonies of people in the group. So that's what these guides are. It's kind of like an organized piece to the education within the group. Okay. If you want to check out like different photos and things, like that's all in here, of course, too. If we ever have events going on, which we do occasionally, you can see those, or you can see like past events if that's going to help you get an idea of things that we've done previously. And then, so this is another one. So on top of the guides being important, this files category is going to be pretty valuable also because, like, for instance, right here, you've got my digital cookbook. Here's a PDF file with some different protein snacks. Here's a checklist tracker for doing an 8-week challenge with us. Some different positivity things, formed if you want to keep track of your measurements manually with pen and paper. If you want to try doing like a devotional, we've got different things here within the files that you can check out, download on your phone, and have them easy access that way also. Okay, so that is everything within the group. All right, and one thing to remember is whenever you go to add somebody to the group, okay, you want to click this button up here at the very top where it's got like the little curved arrow. Okay, so it's going to say share. Where you want to go is you want to copy the link, because then it's going to copy that link in your clipboard, and then when you go to send it to somebody, you're going to copy and paste. Okay, why is that important? Well, that's because otherwise, if you invite people, and I'll show you an example here, if you invite them just by hitting the invite button, they may never know that they're invited. Okay, so if they don't know they're invited, they're just going to be sitting here in limbo because they can't answer the questions or they didn't see they were invited. So that's kind of where these people are at right now. They're sitting in limbo because they either A, don't know that they have to answer questions, or B, they don't even know that they were invited to the group. Okay, so just kind of be mindful of that if you're inviting people, let them know that they need to answer questions, and try to do it that way, because then they will get notified that they're invited, right? That, again, that's not my setup. That's just the way Facebook works. It's kind of weird, but yeah. So that's everything within the group. I encourage everyone needs to be involved in it if at all possible. Use it as an accountability piece. Like I said, interact with other people, get to know them. A lot of us in here have become good friends, and it's a great piece to have to help keep yourself accountable. Okay, now the other piece to this is going to be within the first format. Okay, this is where all of the actual progress and work is going to be done. Okay, so like for instance, right now we're in an 8-week challenge. At the very top, it kind of gives you a little countdown, a tracker to know where we're at within the challenge. Up here, you've got daily tasks that you can do. So if you want to have specific things to help you get to the goals that you're after, you can check them off as you do them. So like I've done these things today. Okay, after you get them all done, it would say complete. Go down a little bit further, it's got your weekly task. Okay, so taking progress photos is going to be one of them. You do all of those within the app, and you can see here it'll say front. So after you take a picture, okay, continue, retake. You can do back. There's a timer in here, so if you don't have somebody with you, you can flip the camera around, obviously. Hey, hello. But once you get all these done, okay, it'll ask you if you want to confirm, if you want to type in notes, if you do like maybe a YouTube video of like a testimony or something like that. This is where you can put all that in. Okay, I'm not going to save this because I don't want those pictures of my table saved in my progress. With me, every week you need to be doing an assessment. So I've already filled out my assessment. That's why it's checked off, but it's very basic and simple. How is your compliance overall? If you're doing everything that I am coaching on, then that is the doing what I should be doing. If you're not doing what we're talking about personally, you and I, then you're not going to be considered doing what you should be doing, okay? If it's what you think you should be doing or someone else is telling you, it's not what you should be doing within this group and app. Okay, so how is your hunger? Again, you're going to answer that the best of your ability. How is your energy? Okay, how are you sleeping? How is your mood? All those you're going to do, and then it's going to have your updated progress pictures from the most recent. It'll give you an option to take new photos. You can always click that, and then once you click next, it goes ahead and submits it. Okay, I'm not going to do that because I just did that with my coach. Okay, weight. You can add your weigh-ins. You can add your different metrics and measurements. Go down a little bit further, you're going to see where your food tracker is, your steps counter. I don't have my steps set up with my phone. This is another piece to the education. Okay, so if you want to educate yourself besides just talking to me and learning things along the way, then you can go ahead and use the live stream videos. Okay, there's a huge list of things in here. They're phenomenal videos. They're with real people talking. You can go into those. They do those a couple of days a week. If you ever want to go back through and find anything specific, you can go back in. If you want to try searching like a specific category, you could, okay, I want to find out more on carbs, so I'm going to hit carbs. There you go. Okay, now it gives you a bunch of previous ones all based on carbs. Okay, maybe you want to find some things out on just what protein is. Why is it important? Okay, here you go. You can start scrolling through. We can find all our different live streams that have been done based on protein. Okay, so there's endless amounts of education you can get within this app. All right, going down, if you're someone that likes to have some motivation, some daily check-ins for inspiration, whatever it might be, they post something daily in here. A bunch of great things. If you want to save them as wallpapers, if you want to share them with friends, family, little pick-me-ups. I do that via text sometimes just to help keep people in the right mindset. Okay. In here also, you're going to have a bunch of different options for using the workouts. You can custom. So if you're just doing your own thing, you can say walked 3 miles with weighted vest in the morning. Okay, so you can do something as simple as that. Mark complete. There you go. It's going to have it marked off. And now it'll be in there for whenever you go to do your assessment. I will be able to see that on the back end. Okay. Otherwise, you can choose different programs that you want to start. There's all sorts of things that are suitable for any fitness level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, any kind of program, in a gym, CrossFit, EMOM, no equipment, at-home equipment, all sorts of stuff. Okay. So there's endless opportunities for workouts. That's just going to be kind of you digging in and exploring it on your own. All right, then you're going to have the nutrition function of things. Okay, so it's going to track all your macros, meaning your protein, your carbs, your fats. All right, it's going to be set up and based off of whatever goals and weight that you had entered whenever you first signed up and created into the app. Okay, that'll be a one-on-one discussion as to what all this means exactly. Okay, but this is the ideal recommendation based off of different formulas and things. So again, that's more of like a one-on-one conversation to dive into that, but this is where you're going to see all of it. Track your water, tracking your meals. You can see there's different things. You can save a meal that you've already done here personally. You can copy something to the next day. Let's say you want to pre-track the entire thing. You can go up here to the 3 dots. You can copy an entire day to use again tomorrow, etc. You can click and see what you added. So maybe you want to adjust something. Yeah, you can see like I'm still living my normal life. I've got nachos here with my lunch. This was a meal that I just calculated the macros on my own. So I just customized and put it in there as a quick add. All right, so there's endless possibilities with this. All right, if you want to go add food, you can do a barcode scanner if you got that. I save meals in here, so that's what this is. Training full meal 3, training post-workout meal, training standard. Okay, then it kind of gives you some common foods that you have throughout this time of day. All right, all sorts of stuff in there within the nutrition, okay? Again, a lot of this we'll dive into in our one-on-one call, but just know that it's here. Okay, now the third piece of this puzzle, so the first piece is the Facebook group. Second piece is just getting familiar with using the app for workouts, nutrition, education. The third piece of the puzzle is the one-on-one coaching. Okay, this is where you and I are just having those conversations. Okay, so through that, you're going to be getting that through this little chat box here. Okay, so you can see this is with my coach. All right. All right, so I reach out to my coach for different things based off of myself or my clients or etc. So Kaylee helps me out here. This would be where you would see me. So this would be chat with Andrew Peel. Okay, so this is where you're going to see whatever you got going on with me. You can add images, send stuff to me that way. Inside your menu option, this is where you can update things. If you need to change your contact information, if you want to do your nutrition. If we go to adjust your macros or change your goals, you can go into it and do that here. Okay, activity level, you can kind of change that if you want to. Choose your plan, choose when you go into a new plan. Step counter, leaderboards, see all that good stuff. You can set reminders here in the app, how often it sends you reminders, that you're getting notifications. You'll see announcements that I will send to you. So in this case, this is Kaylee's announcements that she sends to me, but you would get those from me for that portion. You can see details on me as your advisor, see different step leaderboard. Once you get your progress photos kind of underway and you've been doing this a while, you'll see a full list of libraries you can kind of reference back for your progress. You can see foods that you've saved. Okay, Aldi foods, for whatever reason, don't save in here. That's why their food is so cheap, because they're not in all the national databases. Okay, you can get live streaming here whenever they're posting it. If you want to buy products, you can see different products through this. Okay. Yeah, so that is basically it in a nutshell. Like I said, there's 3 pieces to all this. It's not a program. It's coaching, accountability, education to creating the lifestyle that's going to help sustain healthy habits. That's what all this is for. So you've got your Facebook group. Think of all that as your accountability pieces. You've got the app itself is going to be for you doing the work, you tracking, you working out. And then inside the app, you have the one-on-one coaching, which is going to be with me to help you finesse everything, tweak things as we need to, and make sure that we're staying on track. Right, so those are the 3 pieces to everything.
No, you're not having a bagel.
If you have questions, feel free to reach out. And then I do encourage everybody to get on a one-on-one call with me if at all possible. Our schedules might not align, but I try to be as flexible as I can. So let's do that as the next step, and then just kind of get going with it. Start rolling and digging into some of this stuff on your own, and reach out to me with any questions you got. Okay?